Hello, hello, everybody. Please tell me that you can hear me, and that would be a really good start. I'm so excited. Thank you all for being here. Thanks to the replay crew. Um, Amazing. So, let me know if you can hear me, guys. That would be a good start. Yes, awesome. Big hello to Shauna, Dev, Bear. It's been so long since I've seen you guys. Sixth Sense Amelia, thank you so much for coming, hon. Little Dove, you are always beautiful, and I always love to see you in the chat. You're amazing. Web Weaver, hey, thanks for the nice wishes. K-Braze, thanks for coming. So I am nervous as shit, sweating, shaking, the whole 9 yards. And like last night, couldn't sleep because I thought of all the shit that I needed to say. Hey, Wispy, thank you for coming. And I don't know if I've got any mods, I will drop Forgotten Whispers link as I can. And if you want to go over and see her in the evenings, if you're a New Zealander, she's fantastic. Love your avatar. Forgotten Whispers, the same awesome lady Holly B made me one after I noticed yours. And I was like, oh, I really want one of those. And she's like, oh, I'll make you one too. I'm like, oh, wow, awesome. So thank you to Holly B. That was amazing. That song in the intro was from Ronnie Radke and Falling in Reverse. So thanks to him for this song because it's one of my absolute favourites. So I wanted to quickly just tell you what has been going on over the last year for me, and then sort of discuss where we want to go as a channel and that sort of shit, that sort of stuff. I'm going to cuss, so if you don't like that. I've been very open with my mental health, and in the last year I really have had to take a step back and do some healing after I left my job, and things were just a bit overwhelming. I also religiously had 1 or 2 teeth pulled out a month and ended up with no teeth and had to wait for new teeth. I have now got new teeth and I can talk without lisping and sounding like a total dick. So that's always good. Hey, Pam. You just listening, hun. I don't mind at all. So now I've got my new teeth. I'm starting to look for another job, which is not going so well. I don't really want to go back into mental health again. It's tough. It's a tough industry, and it's tough on me following it and not following it, working it as well as having it. So I'm not quite sure what I want, but I've been looking at jobs and I'm finally coming out of the bushes, I feel like, out of the clouds, and I'm coming back on YouTube and stuff. So definitely just taking my time. I don't want to get overwhelmed either. I know that I've got a lot of listeners from New Zealand, a given. I have got listeners from the rest of the world, mainly America. And I've also got listeners from different genres on YouTube, or Facebook for that matter, because we have Facebook. So there's the true crime people that just want the true crime, and there's the drama people who just do drama. And then in the mix, I've got crime people, which, if you don't know, is true crime and drama, which is the whole thing. And so we've got people from everywhere, and I want to find a happy medium for all of the people. Yeah. Forgotten Whispers, I'll be at the dentist next week for a new smile. It's a game changer, girl. It's a game changer. You two forgotten Shiskers. Oh, I think that's supposed to say you two forgotten whiskers. Poor Pam, she's not feeling so good, but it's really good to see you, Pam. So I can't believe I made 3,000 subs. I never thought that I would get anywhere. So to hit 3,000 is just weird and beyond me. I didn't think that most people gave a shit, to be honest. And it's nice to know that I am cared about. I don't have a lot of friends and family, but I definitely have a lot of people on here online that I rely on and help me and support me. And it's really, really nice to know that. it gives me a bit of a funny feeling, that funny feeling you get, like it's a heartwarming feeling, and it makes you all tingly inside, and it's warm when you know that people love you. And yeah, so I'm lucky, and I love seeing the familiar names come up. I wanted to talk about a few things, especially how I want to go forward. And this is the idea I've got, and I'm going to bounce it off you guys because that's what you're there for. I thought that maybe if I could do 1 or 2 live streams a week, and I don't want to go when Forgotten Whispers is on, so I'm trying to figure out days when she's not on, perhaps, and do some late night ones. In the weekend perhaps, but I want to do my live streams for catching up on cases that are in the news in New Zealand and around the world, in America mostly. Talk about the current trials that are coming up. There's a few good trials coming up in America this year that is going to be awesome to see. Perhaps even stream some of those trials. It would mean me getting up in the middle of the night, but you do your bit. Maybe just keep it light, go back and play games that we used to play, like the trivia and the words on stream and that sort of shit. And then maybe I just keep the new videos as I make them for the cold cases in New Zealand and around the world. And that's what I've been thinking going forward. I'd really like to know what you guys think of the idea, of course. But tell me what cases have caught your eye over the last year or over 2023. Forgotten Whisper says, you are my favourite true crime channel. I love stories from other places. I do try and do some world stories too, though, because I feel like if I don't do world stories, then the people from America and that won't want to watch. So that's why I always do some international stories, which are interesting to my New Zealand viewers as well, because a lot of them don't actually know. Little Dove, you are so kind. Every live you see me or see any of us, you say hello. It's beautiful. So nice. Delphi here in America. So Richard Allen should be going on trial this year. There's a few people that are going on trial this year, which would be very interesting to follow. Also, live stream if possible, or if that's something that any of you guys want. So I know that Richard Allen should be going on trial for the Delphi murders. Chad Dingbell, Chad Daybell, he's just been in the news lately. He should be going forward with his trial this year. Sarah Boon, the one who locked her mate in a suitcase and left him to die and told him to fuck up and die. Well, he did. So definitely that's one to look out for. Alec Baldwin has been charged again with the death of I'm not going to say a name because I'll butcher it, on the scene of Rust anyway. And then Koberger, is he going to be having a trial this year? So that's going to be really interesting. Let's see what we've got. Hang on, my mouse isn't working. Oh, there he is. He just got his lawyers back. Richard Allen, yeah, I seen that. I was watching that. You love the New Zealand stories? A lot of trials coming up, yeah. The Adelson case is quite unique. Adelson, I haven't heard of that. I'm just writing that down. And then over the last wee while, we've had the Soto investigation going on with the pregnant girl and his boyfriend who got shot. Then there's a whole lot in Scientology going on at the moment with auditors and protesters, and I know that a lot of people are looking into that at the moment. The one that gets me is the 3 frozen men that were found in their mate's backyard. We're waiting on toxicology, which will be a few weeks, but that's a real interesting case that I'd like to keep following as well. We shall see, my dear, we shall see. K-Bros, I'm realising now there's a time when there's a bunch of stuff going on and then there's a boring break, then boom, everything comes back up. Yeah, I found that last year. I think there was a few cases that come up all at once and I couldn't pick what to watch. Wispy is that one that always got away, but they got her at the airport, literally at the boarding door. I'll have to look into it. Does Sarah have a lawyer, or did they all leave and quit on her? She's a weird one. I'll have to look into it. I watched the entire police interrogation of her the other day, and she's one nutbar. She has sacked her lawyers so many times. Yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. In your neighbourhood, Deb, is that the 3 frozen men? That sounds funny. She has a lawyer now. If Brian goes to trial this year, fingers crossed he does. Yeah, I have to find out. Does anyone know if we can live stream it or what the story is? I haven't looked into it, and they had changed their minds all the time. Forgotten Whispers. Yes, that Chiefs game case is fascinating. The toxicology will be interesting. So if anyone doesn't know, these 3 men went to watch their favourite game in their mate's place and didn't turn up home. And when they found them, the 3 of them were in his backyard, frozen. And the police say there's no foul play at this time, but we are waiting on toxicology reports and the autopsy reports. So we'll see what happens, but it's a bit weird, Oh, goodness, it wasn't intentional. Yes, Judge made a YouTube channel? Yes. Oh, so the judge made a YouTube channel. Got ya. Oh, that'll be interesting. So we'll have to talk at some stage about if there's a particular trial that you guys want to see and want to be streamed. I can certainly do that. I haven't got a job. There's no way I can get up. No reason I can't get up at 4 in the morning. One of the things too is I want to find times that, because time zones are fucked up and they hurt my head, I need to try and find a time zone where I can have Americans and New Zealanders watch at the same time, which is actually not that easy. And by the way, if you haven't found out, I cuss too much. But yeah, that's going to be the problem. Pammy, you have to be a very sick individual to do what Brian did. Yes, absolutely. And I've got a couple of questions. I think I know he did it, but yeah, I always have questions. Mystery, hi, good to see you. You finally caught alive. Thank you. TJ, what time is it right now? It is 12:15 p.m. on a Sunday. What is it for you, K-Bros, wherever you are? I might just do a little poll if we get a few more people to see where everyone is from. But thank you so much for coming and supporting me, guys. I really appreciate it. It just makes it not so anxious. I'm not so anxious. 5 on a Saturday, 5 p.m. So I wanted to do a Saturday in the America because Wispy from Forgotten Whispers doesn't do weekends. So that was the reason I tried that. Dynamite, hey everyone, welcome. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I know it's 19 hours behind me, but I can't just go to my calculator and go put the timing of minus 19. It doesn't work. So yeah, you know. Now, Shauna, could you let me know if you would mind being a mod? Pam Smith has just got an honorary one. She's just for show. So if you could let me know, it would be good to have just one in here if that's possible. yeah, but I don't want to force it on people. 11 people. Oh, thank you, Shauna. I appreciate that, love. I just know you know what you're doing and I can trust you. It's what you always need. If I can get this thing out of the way. And I'm talking to myself. Do you love how in my avatar there's Ronnie in there? That is so cute. I had to say to Holly, she said, "Oh, tell me about yourself." And I said, well, she must have looked and seen that I'm a bit chunky, which is fine. And then I was like, oh, I've got tattoos like all down my arms and a couple on my neck. And I've got my co-host Ronnie. And she says, oh, what's he like? I says, he is a tabby. And she's like, leave it with me. And like 2 days later, she had these done. It was amazing. I was so lucky. So lucky. Daylight saving does make it more confusing, Dev. It does. And I'm just sometimes not that bright. So, yeah. So if anyone wants to help me figure out a good time, 6 cents, Amelia. Hello, everyone here listening. I love your new avatars. Yeah, they're awesome, eh? I was really, really lucky. So if we ever see Holly B come in, I have to say thank you to her for that. There's not even just the cases, the criminal cases that are coming up this year, but there is one for the Krama community coming up between Queen Bee and BHB, which is going to be very interesting as well. Dynamite, it's 12:15 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. Kia ora. I know, I get mixed up with used to a lot, having the same pick. Dev and 6 cents Amelia. No worries. Shauna, can you put Forgotten Whispers link in for me, please? That would be really good. So I didn't have a real whole idea of things that I wanted to talk about. I just thought I just want to catch up, really. We are in the future, Donna, but I don't know the lotto results. 6 cents. When I'm out on Northern Hemisphere volcano live streams, I've noticed 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. New Zealand time seems to be the most viewed times. Okay. BHB is a pain. Queen Bee's lawyer rocks. I agree with both of those, actually. Some of you, if you're not in the drama and Krama, might not actually know those. It's 0 degrees here in my apartment building, heats with water, and one of the 2 boilers went on Thursday, so we have very little heat. Oh, Pam, make sure you wrap up in some blankets, darling. Yesterday we were 30, which was about 78 Fahrenheit, so it was hot, and it's another hot one here today, although I'm shut inside with the air conditioning on. So Donna says, dang it, I was going to ask about lotto results next. If you think I could tell people the lotto results, do you think I'd tell my own, like me, rather than you guys first? You know. So one thing that I've also seen in the crime world at the moment, in the true crime world, Scott Peterson. I don't know if you guys remember, he was convicted on the death of his, I think it's wife, Lacey Peterson, and I think she was pregnant also. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the Innocence Project has actually put or taken the case up. So that's really interesting. A lot of people, in my opinion, think he's guilty. So it's very interesting for them to come out. And I thought it says new evidence. So it will be interesting to see what new evidence will come out. Just give me a moment. I wonder if all the moderators could do me a favour and send me an email at nzmissing@gmail.com. Just let me know if they're happy being a moderator, and I want to let the mods know what I want or expect from them. So that would be really cool. What is the Innocence Project? So it's like a bunch of lawyers who only take on cases where they firmly believe that the person is innocent and wrongly sent to jail. And they do a hell of a lot to try and get that person off. They've got highly skilled lawyers to do this. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. And they usually really take the cases that you can see are innocent. So for them to take this one, quite a few people, quite a few people wonder about it, that's for sure. He's guilty as sin, says Pam. Donna, you'd think so many other cases need their attention. He's guilty, in my opinion. That's why I don't know. But they say this new evidence, whatever it is going to show that he's not guilty. So I guess we just have to wait for the new evidence. But yeah, most people I talk to think he's guilty. Yeah, mystery, that's right. Lawyers, researchers, scientists, all involved in proving innocence, etc. K-Braze, wouldn't they have to go through like an application, like something would have to be very obvious for them to take a case, or it's more for publicity for him since high profile? Absolutely. They have to go through an application process as far as I'm aware, and you're very lucky if they pick it up, if Innocence Project pick it up. So, I'm waiting with bated breath to see what this new evidence is, because we all thought he was guilty as sin. Sorry. Little Dove, is that your first time being a mod? Very exciting. So yeah, send me make sure mods send me an email so I can tell you what I expect and how to go. That'd be cool. K-Braze exactly, says Mystery. It takes a lot. Makes me wonder if they actually are, or if the mention because he applied. Maybe. Yeah, congrats, Little Dove. That's awesome. I'm not a fan of being mods, really, because although there's a couple I think I should be an honorary mod on, but I just don't like doing the work. I just want to sit back and listen to people instead of doing the work. So if that's you just let me know. Because not everyone wants to be a mod. Although, I tell you, some of the shit mod fights I've seen on this place, and people like getting angry because their wrench got taken, or they want a wrench and it's not getting one. Oh my God, wrench dramas. It's crazy. So I also thought that, hang on, Mystery. Hang on. Enjoys listening and I suck at being a mod. Well, I know not to ask you then, Mystery. That's the sad truth about the Innocent Project, is that some people really are wrongfully convicted. Yeah. Wrench drama is real and I don't get it. I don't get it either. I really, really don't. He's about as innocent as Casey Anthony. Well, that says a lot, doesn't it? I can't stand that woman. Actually, what has come out recently is her mum and dad got a truth detector test. What are they? Those things. Apparently they got those tests done and to see if they were lying about a few things, and they come out with flying colours. Dynamite. One of the founders of the Innocent projects was Barry Sheck, who was on the O.J. Simpson defense team and helped get the DNA evidence thrown out as junk science. Interesting. Dev, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's amazing. I feel so special. Thank you. Yeah, that is interesting. Laughed my ass off, just being honest. I was a temp mod for Wispy, but way more experience was in chat, but more deserving. I don't know if people are more deserving. I've gone through a couple of my OGs, I guess, that have been around since I've started, have one. And now Little Dove has one, because everyone deserves to have a go once, you know? But yeah. Wrench fights are just... it's unreal. So what do you think about Alec Baldwin getting charged again for the shooting on the scene of the movie Rust? I'd really like to know what you guys think on that one. Okay, Breeze, I'm a mod on a decent-sized channel, and once you're a mod, it kind of takes away talking how you want to in chat because it reflects the creator, in my opinion. Absolutely. But it's hard because people say, oh, you mod for this chat, then you must align with everything they say, or you... but it's hard because you shouldn't expect anyone in your chat want to just be an echo chamber of what you say, if you got that. But mods do have to, it's like doing a job, I guess. They do represent the person that's chat as well. So it's a bit of a fine line, really. But if someone doesn't want to be a mod, ain't going to make them. And I know there's tons of people who want to be all the time. I think they think it's glamorous. Yay, Little Dove. Chat traffic cop. That's a good one. You are representing the creator and yourself as a mod, for sure. I just find that if I'm being a mod, and especially on a busy channel, then I'm too busy modding to just sit back and listen to the creator that I'm listening to, which is, you know, the reason why we do it, right? So that's my thing. You agree? So do you like the idea about having my videos for the cold cases that I do and having a couple of live streams a week to talk about cases that are going on at that time and news around the world for crime, maybe some games and shit like that? Congrats on 3K. Thank you. Every creator must get on and think, is anyone going to come and see my show? Is anyone going to be there? Sounds good to you? It's hard work, especially if you're the only mod, but I'm loving being mod. Oh, that's good. Everyone that knows me knows that I would never be disrespectful or rude or anything negative, but it kind of made me hold back on some of my opinions just so the chat isn't distracted. For sure. Oh, you've been one a few times? You just like to be helpful. Yeah, the email is nzmissing@gmail.com. Occasional game nights, awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Well, like I say, I did give quite a few to some OGs, who aren't here. But I don't think I'm going to be overly so popular that I'll need 12 mods, because it's just not going to go that way. There's a lot of new things here since I've been on it last. Lots of buttons and shit. I like buttons. Peterson was also charged with the young one. She was 8 months when he killed her. That's what I thought. I thought she was pregnant. 8 months. That's horrible, horrible. So definitely going to be watching that. If you have a good group, you'll be fine. I don't think we have bad people. T. Marie, hello. Coming from Whispers, Forgotten Whispers, thank you so much for popping in. That means a real lot to me. Thank you so much. TJ, you never know. Some people get attention overnight and wake up with a lot of subs. I've seen it happen. Yeah, I don't know if it will happen, but we will see. I also, with my mental health, I know not to, I'm not supposed to overwhelm myself because that's when I get unwell. And I'd kind of like to say that I'm really good at not doing that, but I'm actually not that good at doing that. Finally, worked on mental health. I should know that shit, right? Yeah. I want to be able to not overwhelm myself because I do need a little job, even just something to give me some play money in the week to pay a couple of bills, and that I would be happy. G'day and kia ora from Australia. Welcome, Alan. Good to see you. Mental health should be a priority. Absolutely. That's why I don't want to get myself too overwhelmed into doing too much on here and then get a part-time job, and then to keep the two of them going would be like too much for me. So I'm just trying to find like a healthy medium somewhere. And I hope I do. So is there any cases this year that are coming that really interest you guys? You get overwhelmed very easily. You have social anxiety, depression, and ADHD. I have the social anxiety and the depression, just not the ADHD. Kia ora. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be, the baby was automatically discharged from her body upon her death. Oh, that sounds a bit weird. Like shooting out of her. Or yeah, I need more context on that. That just sounds wrong on so many levels. Oh, Dynamite says, yes, they found it in the water in another location. Oh, my God. Strange shit. Strange shit. Let me have a little look. Lacey Peterson. What was his name? I just said his name. Scott Peterson. Oh my God. How could I forget that? So I might just play something. If you just give me a minute to get my shit straight. Okay. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment, guys. Now everything's not responding, so I just have to wait till it responds. Yeah, a lot of people have fibro. Definitely not for them. Okay, let me see if you can see this. This is just going to tell us a little bit. I'll have to pause it a little bit. So,
Eve in 2002. Yeah. Well, the Los Angeles Innocence Project has taken up the case as the convicted killer seeks new DNA testing, according to court filings. Now, the Innocence Project works to exonerate those who have been in their position wrongfully convicted, generally through forensic and other scientific evidence. Now, according to the official statement from the LA Innocence Project, they say, quote, The Los Angeles Innocence Project represents Scott Peterson and is investigating his claim of actual innocence. We have no further comment at this time.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like they've said a lot at this time. Yeah, I remember too.
End quote. Well, we here at the Law and Crime Network have obtained the motion in full, have sifted through it, have some issues here that we'd like to share with you. Let's go through this and break this down, and we'll talk about it on the other end. First of all, they've said the defendant, Scott Peterson, by and through counsel, Los Angeles Innocence Project, will move the court for an order directing the people, that is the state, to provide the requested post-conviction discovery he is entitled to under Penal Code Section 1054.9.
So it appears it says Innocence Project cites constitutional rights violation in motion filed this week. That makes me kind of think that I don't know if it's that he didn't kill her, but just that his constitutional rights have been taken away. Is that what you guys think?
Nine. They have also said in this motion is filed concurrently with Peterson's motion to file documents under seal and motion for DNA testing pursuant to Penal Code Section 1405. And one more quote from the motion. It was about 142 pages long. Mr. Peterson respectfully requests that the court grant this motion and direct the people, again, the state, to provide the requested discovery so that further investigation into the claims set forth in the pending petition can be conducted. So,
I'm very, very interested to see what happens. Oh, yes, mystery. I remember that case. Susan Cox Powell, she's still missing, but both boys were blowing up in a house with still no answers. Oh, that was a horrible case. Horrible case. People are just messed up. What about her and that baby's rights? Very true, very true. In your opinion, mystery, it's a publicity move? Hope they turn him down. Yep, well, we'll soon find out. Mystery, is that the ones where they thought they were in the house, but they weren't? Oh, it's based in Utah where you live? Oh, you're obsessed with that case. Her dad is still leading the charge. Wasn't that the one where his dad was weird as well to her? Let's see what else I've got to say here.
Those are just a couple of the nuggets out of this this beast of a motion. It actually plays out like three motions. Luckily, I have here with me two experts to talk about this process. Brian Buckmire is here. He's a law and crime legal analyst. And joining him, Lara Uretzian. She's on the Scott Peterson defense team. So I've got to talk to you first here, Lara. Get your initial reaction to the motions being filed based on your understanding of the case better than most.
I mean, it's great. You've got the Los Angeles Innocence Project having shown not just an interest, but has taken on the case. And I mean, they don't take any case, right? There's plenty of cases out there, and there's plenty of people, thousands, who are claiming that they've been wrongfully convicted. But guess what? Of all of these cases, they've taken Scott Peterson's case, and that in itself is huge, and it speaks volumes. It basically means, and they usually only.
There you go. So they're saying that not only have they been looking at it, they've taken the case. And yes, it's true that there's a lot of other cases out there that the Innocence Project could take on, but they've taken this one on, so that is quite significant. Is what significant? Can't even say that word. Yeah, interesting. So definitely one to come back and look for. Being nosy. Oh my God, I'm trying to figure out my buttons, people. Joshua Powell and his dad are psychos. Josh killed his wife, then blew up him and the boys during a DCF visit gone wrong. Yeah, I remember it very, very well. And that's something we could cover for sure. So I'm taking that down. We could look into it one night. You live in the beautiful state of Washington. I don't know. I don't know about America. I tell you, when I watch the news and I see how cold you guys have it and how much snow you guys have, and that 3 dudes just frozen in the snow and died, I don't know. Makes me worry. And all the guns worry me. Her parents won the recent lawsuit against the state. Who is that? Oh, Miss Pell's, is it Jennifer Pell? What was her name? Susan Pell won the recent lawsuit against the state. So have we got any people? Oh, do you know what other trial is coming up too this year? Is the Adam Montgomery trial, and he is going up for killing his little daughter Harmony. I think she was only about 3, so she was just a baby. I don't know if I could sit through that trial. Things involved with children are always hard. Even when I do a video covering children, it really affects me a lot doing them. But possibly look into it as well. I do need to do an update video of a lot of my cases as well. There's a couple of cases that have been solved, but there's a whole lot more, even in New Zealand, that haven't been solved. And you know what? There's nowhere you can go in New Zealand and go to a place where you can get a list of all the people missing. You have to go digging, you have to go into archives and that just to find the name of missing people in New Zealand. Bonkers. Yes, because he should have never had any type of visitation at all to those children. Yeah, they messed up. Sorry. Those boys were not supposed to be alone with the dad. Were supposed to meet at the DCF building. That is why her parent sued them. Her parents originally had full custody and DCF messed it up. Yeah, that's sad. That's a horrible story, isn't it? And definitely one we can look into. The oldest of the 2 boys tried to tell them where she was. Oh, really? It is. Oh, dear. Okay, so before that, we were talking about the trials coming up. So, Richard Allen, do we think that he is the Delphi killer of Libby and Abby, or do we have doubts? I think they've got the right guy. I don't know why it took them so long. And those poor families had to wait so long to find the person, but I do actually think it's him. So I will be watching that one very closely. Yeah, that's right. Yes, I've read listened to the 911 call, Team Marie, and it's horrible. You think Richard Allen is the right guy? I think he's the right guy. I think he is. Web Weaver, you're still on the fence about it? I definitely think they've got the right guy. When you consider that he had a jacket that looked like that, a hat that looked like that or some shit, and he looked like that first sketch. If they only put out that first sketch, he would be what looked like it. I damn well think it's him. Yeah, that was hard. That was hard. I followed anything Delphi for quite a long time. It really intrigued me, and I just couldn't believe how someone could get away with it in broad daylight, and Libby had recorded this guy, and still wasn't enough. Idaho case is interesting as well. If I was in BK's shoes and innocent, Moscow, Russia would hear me screaming my innocence. Absolutely. Wishful thinking. Congratulations, New Zealand and World Mysteries. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for popping in. Oh, you guys are making me feel so good and fuzzy inside. You have to run in about 10. I have a date with some drag bingo. Oh, that sounds good. I like bingo. I don't know if I've done drag bingo, though. Yeah, there's room for improvement. I've still got time. I can have a go at that. Little Dove's got a moderator because she gives the most awesome welcomes when people come in. Shauna, just make sure you send me an email at nzmissing@gmail.com, just so I can let my mods know what I need. Love bingo, but too broke to play. I play online for free sometimes. I don't go to the real ones because I don't like lots of people, so I'd freak out. And I couldn't have my vape. That sounds like a scream. Yeah, I reckon it would be too. I think that would be really cool. Okay. Sarah Boon. Have you been followed? Sarah Boon. Now, she's the one that locked her boyfriend in a suitcase. And then the silly thing is she recorded him in the suitcase. She recorded him saying that he couldn't breathe and to help and that. But she just laughed at him and told him to F off and this is what you get and blah, blah, blah. She recorded the whole thing. I think she even kicked it down the stairs. And then she went to bed. And then she says she woke up in the morning and, he was still in the suitcase and he's dead in the suitcase. But this lady is off her rocker. Just watching the police interrogation videos, she didn't even think that she was going to get arrested because it wasn't my fault. I didn't intend it to happen. And she keeps saying to the cops, and they're like, but it did happen. She's like, oh, yeah, but I didn't mean it, thinking that she was just going to go home. Oh, no. It's a real weird one. At RV resorts, I used to go pay them a bit, but some of those senior citizens are poor losers. Yes, I've had that too. I think her trial has been continued until May. I haven't really looked into it. She said too much wine. Oh, was it? She had too much wine. Oh, yeah. So she's okay because, yeah. Her police interview was one of my favourites of all time. Yeah, it was for me. I found it very, very interesting. I was glued to it because I couldn't believe what a twit she was. An absolute twit. Some people just make you think. Both were drunk and stoned. Well, I mean, you'd have to be something to get in a suitcase playing hide and seek anyway, wouldn't you? I don't know. Would you just be like normal, no drugs or alcohol on board, and you're just like, hey, should we play hide and seek? Why don't you get in a suitcase? That sounds like a good idea. Yeah. No. They beat you up over a game of bingo? You don't want to cane over your head. She is oblivious to herself. She's got no self-awareness at all. Yes, Harmony Montgomery trial starting soon. I don't know if that's one I can watch. I could probably do synopsis of the day proceedings or something like that, but there's no way I'm going to be able to listen to what happened to that little girl. It's going to be way too much for me, and I think way too much for you guys as well. it wouldn't be good. You're drinking out the spigot, very fictitious. Some do, or you get one that's too chatty, you can't hear the numbers called out. Yeah, I haven't been in ages. I used to go when Mum was alive. When I was a teenager in my young 20s, we'd go every week. And then that stopped, and I haven't really been back. I'm so much more anxious now, like my social anxiety is through the roof, so I don't know how I feel about going to a whole place where there's lots of people that I don't know and like crowds and everybody in my face and shit. So yeah, but I'd like to do it again. I found it fun. Yeah, that one will be brutal. Yeah, you're very hard to listen to. So I think, like, with that one, I don't mind coming on and saying, you know, here's what happened in the trial today with Ed and Montgomery, but I just don't think I could sit through the whole one. Coburger is one that I'd really like to sit in with when it's on. And if that's the case, it just means that I have to wake up at 4 a.m. But if I haven't got a job, then that's not such a big deal. But have a think about it. And if that is the case that you'd like to see streamed, I can probably do that and we can hang out and listen to it. Wishful thinking. I think they may have drank too much and they fought and things went south. But she turned into a real bitch. You can hear her when he's in the suitcase. Please, can I get out? Please, can I get out? She's like, F you. This is what I went through. This is what you did to me. Now you're going to feel it. Yeah, she went all nasty. A lot of bingo parlours are closing. I think a few winners were assaulted going to their cars by observers who are not playing, watching to see who wins. Oh, that sucks. It's always online, I guess, but it's not the same online, is it? So I do have the links in the description box if you want to buy me a coffee cock. No, don't do that. Coffee.com. Or if you're in New Zealand, my bank account details are there. It's not expected, but always appreciated if you can help. I do need a couple of things. I need a new webcam. Also, this chair that I'm on is so painful that I need to get some sort of back cushion, proper orthopedic cushion for it. So yeah, I've really got a couple of things I need to get so I can get back into the swinging things. So it's always nice if you can help out. No, I play a bit online, but usually playing other games on my phone. What's that? Ko-fi.com. What's that, Shauna? Ko-fi.com. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. If I don't really know, is anyone interested in Chad Daybell and watching his trial? Oh, T. Marie, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's so cool. Thank you so much. You guys rock. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know if I'm that worried about what Chad Daybell's up to be honest. I mean, we know that so it should be in the links, Shauna. It's buymeacoffee.com/NZ Mysteries. I can do it, I think. And also my bank details are in the description box as well. In case you're in New Zealand and just want to do it, you know, by bank or whatever, which is sometimes the easiest. So that one should work, buymeacoffee.com. I've been told recently that PayPal does not have a service where I can give anyone a link. The only way I can use PayPal in New Zealand is if I get your email and email you a request to get some money, which I just don't like doing. It sounds weird. But yeah. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Shauna. Oh, I got 2 super chats. I feel really special. Thank you, guys. That's just so amazing. You don't know what it means to me to have so much support. And you know what? Coming up to my new live and having a look and seeing all you people pop up and waiting there for me, I was so chuffed. I was so taken aback. Yeah, so what was I saying? I don't think I want to watch Chad Daybell. We know he's a sicko and he's got all this religious shit going on that I have no interest in listening to. He's going to be found guilty in my eyes, and he's going to be found guilty on all charges, just like his fair maiden. So I don't know. So my email, nzmissing@gmail.com. Please let me know if you have cases that you want to get me to have a look into or anything like that. I don't mind hearing from you at all. Oh, another one. Thank you so much. Web Weaver, that's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that so much, guys. Yay. No, that's really nice. I feel like I've been talking for an hour and I feel like I can finally just about take a deep breath, you know. So what I wanted to quickly do, I know people probably hate polls, but I want to do a quick poll with just a few of us in here. Are you Kiwi? Yes or no? And I mean, are you watching from New Zealand? See how this goes. Because I want to know how many people are watching from New Zealand and how many people are watching from the rest of the world. Oh my God, that's a big. Okay, so only 12% are watching from New Zealand and the rest are watching from outside the rest of the world. That's amazing. Utah, you're doing great, thank you. That's interesting, very interesting. Canada. See, how am I supposed to find times in the time zones when there's Canadians and there's Utah people and Kansas, and then there's Australia people and then there's New Zealand people? It's going to be a tough time for sure. Illinois. Utah is mountain time. You guys have Eastern time. You have Western time, Central time, and Mountain time. Is that many times you have? Indiana. See, this is why I definitely think we need to keep the live streams for cases that are going on in America and Canada and around the world. The Art of Handmade Dolls and stuff. Hi, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. You rock. Oh, I feel so pleased. So Shauna, I don't think she's here. Burden of Proof, hello, good to see you. Thank you very much. I'm really glad you came over. Thank you. You have Pacific time, Mountain, Central, and East Coast time. Oh my God. So that's just a mind fuck for me. Canada has many time zones though. 4 different time zones. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Is this a good time for you guys overseas? I mean, and it's also a weekend, so I know that Forgotten Whispers isn't going to go live, and I don't like to take her thunder. So if this is a good weekend time, then I might do that, and then I might do one at like 6 p.m. my time to catch Kiwis. I don't know. I'll figure it out somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will. Canada is bigger than the US. We also have the largest border. New Zealand and World Mysteries. I used to drive big rigs across the USA, and believe me, I totally get the mindfuck it can do to you. It does. Do what works for you and Ronnie. I don't think Ronnie cares anymore, to be honest, but yeah. 7 Eastern is good for me. I don't know what that is for me. That's the thing, T. Marie. That's the thing, T. Marie, is I don't know what time that is here in New Zealand. I'd have to go find that out on Google, and time zones are just not my friend. I just don't get them. They make my head hurt. Burden of proof. Are you covering the Koberger case this year? Do you do live trials? Mystery. It is 1 p.m. on Sunday here. Hi, Mike D. Canada also has the longest road and more lakes than the rest of the world combined. Oh, really? Interesting. It's 7:03 Eastern time now, so 5 p.m. Mountain. Oh, well, 5 p.m. Mountain. I don't know. I'll be able to figure it out somehow, for sure. Pammy is 2 hours ahead of me. And I know Australia is 2 to 3 hours behind us here in New Zealand. I was hoping that some of my Australian friends would be able to come in, but they're probably still sleeping. So about noon to 1 p.m. for you would be great. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought this would be a good time. And I've been watching, and I haven't seen a lot of others that I like to watch in this time frame, so I'm hoping that I'm not stealing anyone's time frame. But I mean, yeah, you are confusing me, Jenny Marie. Can't you tell? England is 9 hours ahead of you. Wow. And a day behind TJ. Yeah, 18 hours behind me, I think, mostly. But I can't count backwards, so I'm not going to be able to tell you what that means. So I would love to keep playing games like we did last time, like Words on Stream and stuff like that. I thought that would be cool to go back and do a few of those as well. But if you do have case suggestions that you think that would be cool to discuss, yeah. I'm just iffy on that one now with all the coverage that's been happening. If something is overcovered, I'd rather cover someone with no little coverage. Yeah, for sure. You are the next morning to me. It's Saturday evening here, 6 p.m. Yeah, it's hard to get it right. It really is. So 22 hours ahead of you. Yeah. No, it's confusing as for me. So in New Zealand, Wispy comes on about between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. So to miss hers, I would like to try and find a good time. I think the timing is great. Most are having dinner at the time and not start till later. Sweet. Oh, well, that works out for me too, right? Only gives me 4 hours when I wake up of freaking out before I have to go on live. So I'm going to hop off shortly, but I thought, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I so much appreciate that. I was really scared that no one would come and that I would just be talking to the replay crew, and that's it. Which is always good. Don't get me wrong. I love the replay crew. What I want you to do, though, is send me emails of covers, cases you want to have covered on a live stream or on a video, what you want me to cover, if there's any trials in particular that you'd like me to cover that are coming up and that sort of thing, and we can go from there. Sounds like a plan, Stan. At least USA time, Pacific time might be a bit early, but they usually do their lives way later. If I see you, I will come. I like that. Thank you, Web Weaver. I really appreciate your coming. Okay, my friends, I'm going to just leave it at that because I've already got like mouth cotton. Yes. I thought like we could look into cases in the news and in New Zealand news as well, on the live streams as well, because there's some shit going on in New Zealand that's scary as well. You think it's just this clean, green, beautiful place, but it's got lots of missing people, lots of unsolved murders. So I've got a lot of work to do. So please look out for a new video coming in the next week. I really appreciate it if you can help. Yeah, the channel. I love you all. Thank you so much. Whew, I can breathe again, and I'm going to eat something and have a really big cup of coffee. Hopefully, maybe I might show my face and get the cat to come and say hello next time. Thank you so much, guys, for everyone coming. You just don't even know how appreciating I am of you. Thank you so much.